The views and opinions of this podcast are solely our own and in no way meant to offend or upset anyone. We ad-lib, paraphrase and imitate to convey reviewed content only. It's a bit of a laugh. Enjoy!
I'll be the last one left when the lights go out. I'm down to one last breath, but I can't stop now. We all fall down sometimes, yeah, but that's just life. So cross my heart and hope to die. Baby, I was born to fight the fear when I feel like dying. I'm trying to fly high, but I'm not a pilot, can't deny it. There's some days I feel idiotic, just a product of a system where you're lucky just to make.
Hello, you beautiful bunch of listeners and watchers and film fanatics and the like that you are. We are Chris and Craig. We're What's the Script? Series 2, Episode 17. How are you, mate, with your gay jumper on?
Yes, it's actually a sport. It's football, not soccer.
Oh my God, like we use our hands 97% of the time, but we call it football, you know? Go.
Soccer.
Soccer, I hate that. See, it's worse than Neighbours, but I used to watch Neighbours as a wee boy and I used to say it in Australian. All right, mate, going to play soccer.
I used to think it was a different sport. The fuck is soccer?
No, it's soccer. What do we say? That's a game.
Oh, the
So-
soccer.
Dealer's choice last week was myself. 2008 Iron Man I chose by way of mysterious reveal on Twitter because we like that shit. Obviously, this is the dawning of an age of Marvel, of the superheroes, just off the back of Chris Nolan's Batman's, obviously. But this is Marvel's Hello, We're Here. And it was a rebirth of Robert Downey Jr., mate, wasn't it?
Aye, because before this, I didn't like Downey Jr. at all, man. Know what I mean? It's just
How very dare you?
tell you, I bet it's obviously before this because it was a wanker, wasn't he?
He was in Weird Science. That wee douchebag wanting them to make a woman.
Aye.
Aye, all right, mate.
Weird signs, you'll not get away with that again.
There's a pity. There's a pity.
Aye. So,
Well, I went in you
all right, you know. That's why you're going to say something else.
So RDJ obviously had his demons to get back into the acting world very luckily and grabbed it to be fans, and he is now Tony Stark. He probably gets shouted Tony more than he gets shouted Robert in the street, I would imagine. You know, because he's always up Sucky Hall Street, that, you know, gets messages and that. Never out that bloody centre.
Aye, fucking. And he's daft for the tune as well, fucking Tony. There you go, there. I'm calling him Tony now.
See, so we both love the Marvel. You like a million times more than I do because I'm more DC. This must have been like wee boy exciting for you when this came out.
Oh, it was, mate. Fucking moist.
Here's that word.
No, well, it was, man. Just, if you think about it, I am the chosen one, mate. Because I was young, I had the cartoons, had the toys and all that, and then later on, all the films came. And then adult toys came along.
As you says to me yesterday, quite rightly so, because you're quite in depth with the comics, you've got a good history with the comic books. Iron Man was a kind of bit part, wasn't he? He was
Aye.
obviously a lot was second to Spider-Man. But Spider-Man and the Hulk really were the
That was
most
it,
prominent, I think, weren't they?
Aye, that was the two big sellers. You know what I mean? Whereas Iron Man, he made up the numbers in the Avengers, really. So this kind of put him out there for the Joe public, so to speak.
Aye, and kind of funny. I mean, going forward, spoiler alert, the Avengers and all that, they kind of gave him in the end up the Bruce Wayne Justice League rolled into the kind of leader of the pack.
Aye.
He ended up the doer. You know what I mean?
Aye. Aye. I just
So I got ahead of myself.
aye. Because really, fucking like the whole first stage of Marvel really is like his arc. Know what I mean? Because you get him in this, he's obviously a fucking selfish bastard. Blah blah blah. Know what I mean? And then Endgame, he fucking spoiler alert. Know what I mean? He sacrifices himself for everybody. Know what I mean?
I know. Do you know what? He didn't even mean to do that. He just heard a nice wee tune and he's like, "Hey, fuck."
Chicago, Chicago.
Back down town. Oh, I just can't escape that beat.
But that's following up, by the way. That's put AC/DC back on the map and all, didn't it?
Then some. I mean, they started touring on the back of this. And as of today, well, no, this today, I mean, in recent history, Iron Man has become the most profitable franchise in the whole world. And that's above Coca-Cola, above Sony, above Disney, above anything you can think of. Iron Man was above every single one of them on the globe because the Chinese and the Japanese market went absolutely bonkers for this. So they did.
Aye. It's a good thing to go bonkers about. I mean,
as bonkers goes, you know.
Aye. I mean, the other films are a bit so, but this was definitely, like I said to you last night, as origin films go, it's a belter.
The good thing about it as well is there was no attempt before it. So it is that origin film.
Aye.
Origin? What's origin?
That's this t-shirt that you don't like. It's got an effect there.
So, mate, it kicks off with the army vehicles going through fucking, what do you call it? The Kunar province in Afghanistan. And it's back to black blaring at the minute.
Aye, that's it. Just hits you right at the start, doesn't it? And you get Tony and the Humvee into just bantering with the soldiers. Know what I mean? With the wee guy beside him's pure nervous, isn't he? Just like,
aye. He just starts talking. Are we allowed to talk? I feel like we're not allowed to talk. Yes, sir, we're allowed to talk. My God, you're a woman. I didn't call that.
Oh, so un-PC.
But it's integral to portray Tony Stark as Tony Stark is at that time. Doesn't it? Aye, rich playboy philanthropist, doesn't give a monkeys, spoiled, and he's sitting in the back in an armoured vehicle going through one of the most unhospitable war-torn countries in the world with a whiskey. You know what I mean?
Aye, just chilling, know what I mean? But
playing the bands a bit.
Aye. Aye. But like I say, mate, see his portrayal of Tony Stark, it's just smashing, know what I mean? Because it's like you say, the two have just merged together.
Aye. And I can understand why, because I believe all he had to do was draw on his past self. Do you know what I mean? As a drinker, a drug user, in the Hollywood limelight, no getting a monkeys, no playing by the rules. So what a fit, man. What a perfect fit.
Exactly.
Even the wee guy asked him, he says, "Can I ask you a question?" "Yes, you can." "Is it true you went 12 for 12 with the calendar girls?" Yes and no. March and I had some scheduling issues, but Christmas had a twin sister, so it all worked out.
I just...
Oh my God, you silly, you cow, you.
Tony Stark's a slut.
Oh, slide right into your DMs, that boy.
Slide right into something else. But
yes. Love you, Phil Harmon. Get it in. Get it out of the way.
And man, it's 2.
Oh, he's definitely no modest, man. He likes blowing his own trumpet. Blaine, what's wrong with me? I can't speak, mate. Can't speak. He likes blowing his own trumpet, does Tony.
Aye.
So we soldier asked him for a selfie, didn't he?
Aye. And the next thing, fucking an ambush, isn't it? The Humvee in front of him gets blown up and it just ends up chaos, doesn't it?
Aye. It's a total, as you say, ambush. It's shock and awe. The one in front of him gets blown up. The driver gets shot in front of him. The other one gets out. He's like, "Where are you going? Stay there!" And he just gets taken out right away. And when that happens, and the shrapnel puts the sunlight through the Humvee with him in it, that's awesome, man. I like that.
Aye, superb, man, in it. And he gets out this Humvee because obviously it's no fit for purpose after that. You know what I mean? But but then he's hiding behind this rock in it, and that's when one of his missiles lands right in front of him. But I'm also curious, I know who the fuck was he texting? You know what I mean? Because he pulls his phone out. You know what I mean?
Aye.
SOS. You know what I mean?
No, but I don't know. Got to think it was head of security, Happy Hogan. It was nowhere to be seen.
Aye.
But so this stinger just lands in the dirt beside him, and he reads it, and it says Stark Industries. And he's, oh, irony. And he stands up, and it just explodes, and sends him on his back. And when you see the seepage appearing in his shirt, all that, that's really cool as well, man.
Aye, superb, man. But the next thing he kind of blacks out into it, and
it pulls his shirt away. He's got a bulletproof vest on, but it's been penetrated in it.
Aye, with this obviously one of his whims. But
aye.
The next thing he wakes up into it, he's in some hostage video, and it's just like, what happens in Vegas, eh?
Which is Arabic for hiya, welcome to my YouTube. But we time
to you live.
Welcome live to Tony's Dehooting. But 36 hours later, we go back to time hop right away, mate, and we're at an awards ceremony, and somebody's giving you the kind of backdrop of Tony Stark. Tony Stark, millionaire playboy of the 21st century.
Prestige worldwide.
Tony Stark. Butts and hoes.
Investors, possibly you.
You broke my fucking boat, you goon. So, are you in or out?
Aye, but
so he's got an award for being humanitarian of the year. Jesus.
Aye. You're kind of seeing it as well, isn't it? Jeff Bridges' character. He kind of took care of the company and was the front man and all this, and then Tony, what is it, when he was 21 or something?
He was back in the company.
Slowly he's getting pushed into the background and all this, know what I mean? Kind of giving you a wee bit of history, know what I mean? But
because like when it's showing you the time in the Forbes magazine covers, Obadiah's himself on top of the world. And then the next one is Tony at the forefront with him in the background and all that kind of crap. But Jeff Bridges, as you said yesterday, does he ever age? This guy, man, he's just timeless, isn't
he? Mate, he's just forever old.
We do agree that in this film, we think he looks cool as. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
Perfect beard, shaven napper. He looks jacked, man.
That's it. I'm just wondering
like the
fucking what age he is, know what I mean? Because
he's 145. Looked up there.
He's just like me. Because that he looks like he says, not like an older guy, but assuming you look back at some of his other stuff and you're like, how long he's been in films for. You're like, Jesus.
I mean, my favourite film with him in it's Thunderbolt and Lightfoot.
I know you're going to say that.
Clint Eastwood. Mate, have you seen it? You ever watched it? Aye. It's just superb. So that's one of two times I've seen Jeff Bridges with brown hair, and the other time was in Tron. You know what I mean?
Oh dear.
But still not sat through the Big Lebowski not to my credit. I need to do that, mate, because I know that disappoints you greatly.
It's good people as the Big Lebowski. The dude abides.
So Rhodes is presenting the award. Obadiah goes up and says, I'm not Tony Stark. Yeah. Your sexist award. But just says, I wanted to be here and all that. But wherever he is, he just doesn't stop working, the boy. He's like working, he's so, what's it like?
But then the next shot into it, well, Tony's in the casino, just gambling away. Fucking, hey!
Playing craps,
Oh,
as Americans call it.
oh.
If we play craps in Glasgow, it's a lot smellier, let me tell you. He's just gambling, just doesn't get a care in the world because he is Tony Stark. He's got an awards and he gets it and goes, oh yeah, there's that, puts it away. You know what I mean? Just doesn't care a jot, which is quite funny. And he's got all the women hanging off him, and pretty good.
He's living his best life, that boy.
Yes, isn't he? Ain't no bad, the boy.
Aye, but soon he's
Shooting
leaving.
crabs. Nah, I've no got any AI in these classes. But
Oh, fuck's sake. You look like a general there that looks at a bombing. You just see it in his glasses.
I like that. I'm cinema fucking good with the glasses on. So reporter and him have a wee flirt outside because she accosts him, didn't she, Catherine, when he leaves there?
Aye, talking about...
What's your stance on war and war weapons and the like?
Aye. It's a kind of back and forward, isn't it? Like fucking peace awards and all this, and you're the merchant of death. You know what I mean? But he's like, that's no bad, that nickname.
I know, but he does say to her, she's trying to grill him about being an arms dealer, basically. And he just says, look, as soon as the weapons aren't needed, I'll start making bricks and beams for baby hospitals. You know what I mean? Bricks and beams. Jesus Christ.
But what was it? What is it she says to him? Do you ever lose any hours of your sleep or something like that? And he goes, I'll miss a few of you if you like. And the next thing he's,
she's absolutely ravaging him.
Aye, she's like a zombie. You know what I mean? Trying to eat his face.
She's like brains. She attacks him sexually, so much so that they fall off his bed, and he just gives it the kind of best wee boy laugh. Do you know what I mean? Ever. So if I'm not into dating here, this is great.
Aye, but the next morning, into it, obviously wakes up, the reporter's still in the bed and stuff, but then it shows you his Malibu house, you know what I mean? And it's
Jarvis wakes her up, doesn't he?
Aye.
The time is 7 a.m. The weather is mostly bright and sunny with winds of blah blah. And she's getting up, like, what's going on here?
Aye.
And as you say, mate, she goes to the window of his Malibu property on the edge of a cliff, innit, man?
Aye.
Beautiful.
It's fucking Bond villain good, isn't it?
Oh, well, exactly. That's exactly what it's like. Anytime I see a house like that, I always think of Lethal Weapon 2. It's on stilts. House is on stilts.
But
Mad Pepper appears.
Aye, and the reporter tries to give her a wee slap down, didn't she? You're still getting the dry cleaning and all that. Do you still put the trash out? It's like, hey.
She's, as I say, some of Pepper's lines in this are the best in the whole film. Like you say, mate, that mad reporter's just trying to belittle her for being who she is and doing what she does. So you do everything for him and all that. And she goes like, yes, occasionally even taking out the trash. Will that be all? You skanky how?
Yeah, fucking hood rat.
I heard you last night ravaging my gaffer. Attacking him like a Walking Dead person, you bitch.
I was like, there's a Rottweiler getting here. But
dog eating beetroot there. But she goes downstairs, Pepper, and Tony's obviously working on a hot rod engine, just tinkering and stuff like that. Pepper's reminding him, look, you should have been on a plane like an hour ago. You need to get this plane. He's like, I thought it was my plane, so I think I can go whenever I want. And she's discussing with him just off the cuff as if it's an everyday occurrence. The Jackson Pollock, you buying it? You know buying it? What's happening?
And he's like, it's overly expensive. And he goes, oh, I must have it. Buy it and put it in storage.
I know. Buy it and put it away. Jesus, you're like, no, you display the mother funky.
Oh, tremendous,
she
man.
kind of relays to him in the conversation, it's my birthday. And he's like, oh my, happy birthday. Get yourself something expensive from me. And she went, oh, yes, I did. He went, how expensive? Oh, very, very, very expensive.
It was very tasteful.
Yeah.
But that's when you're kind of starting to see on it, that the two of them, they're not just employee and boss, know what I mean?
They have a chemistry, Christopher, is what I would say, an absolutely spiffing chemistry. One that cannot be created in a laboratory nor made by man. These things just happen.
Yes.
They just, you know.
Moist.
Let's wait on it. You're a dirty ring and you.
Oh, such a body of work.
Oh, you're a bevy of patter, so yeah. So he gets his shit together and gets towards the airport. Actually races. Happy there, didn't he?
Aye. And it's just, again, Rhodes or Rhodey. He's just sitting there like story there like, you've had me standing here for 3 hours. Like, where were you? It's like, I get caught up. No, is it? I get caught up in a Hangman magazine article or something. You're right, you did. You get stuck right into it, Tony, son.
Yeah, full in-depth interview you had, I'll tell you. But he turns up and he's on the plane with Rhodes. Rhodes is trying to be the mature-looking guy on the plane kind of stuff. I can't speak today. Sorry, guys. I'm going to the dentist after this. My teeth are giving me jip. But Tony's all the while saying to the stewardesses, can I get some hot sake? And hey, Tony, we're not drinking. I'm not drinking. I'm not drinking.
Aye. Cut scene. And two of them are absolute blotto, aren't they? To the point,
Stewardesses, man, just...
Aye. I know, it's not into a Playboy plane, know what I mean? There's a stripper pole in the middle and all that. Like, what's going on here?
I know, Austin Powers' living room, man, it's turned into. Yeah, baby.
Oh, superb, man.
Rhodes is doing the 3 o'clock in the morning in the kitchen talking to somebody. Tony, mate, no, I love you, mate.
I know, mate. It's superb. But here's the thing as well. What is it with the hot towels? What is the thing about hot towels on planes? I don't know what it... Does it do anything?
Somebody was pregnant. I thought... Can they always ask for hot towels for somebody's pregnant, don't they, man? Give me some hot water and towels. Why? Why? So they get to the airbase, and the whole point of being there is to conduct a presentation for the new Jericho missile, which is trying to punt to the old army. And this leads up to one of the best scenes in the whole film, doesn't it?
Aye, this Jericho missile, what is it he's saying? I like to think you fire the gun once or something like that, you know what I mean? And he just sets off this one rocket and it just takes it like a mountainside, you know what I mean?
Oh,
but he's just
brilliant, man.
It's just the way he stands, done it. He's kind of does the old Jesus stance, and it's just obviously the blowback in this missile. You know what I mean?
Sorry, he's back, man. Brilliant, blows all the generals' hats off and stuff. But what you're saying there, mate, it says, I prefer the weapon. You only have to fire once. That's how Dad did it. That's how America's going to do it. Is there a cocktail stick in that cheese, man? That's how Dad did it. How do you know, mate?
And then again, after the demonstration, everybody's all clapping and all that. Oh, well done, Tony. And the next thing, he's got this box into it with pre-poured whiskey. So,
flight case just opens up and the smoke for the chill comes out it. And it's like, I'm throwing one of these in free with every purchase over $500 million. It's no free, mate.
Oh, superb.
Next thing is just a hazy montage of him like coming out of consciousness for the explosion in Afghanistan, isn't it? It's just all jaggy and fleeting and disorientating, isn't it?
It's like the opening scene, but they've just shortened it. Know what I mean? Quickened it up, and obviously they're throwing in a wee bit of it, like how he's being operated on. See with the shards in his chest, and obviously he's dehooded again.
Aye, but he wakes up in a minky cot in a cave, doesn't he?
Aye.
Takes a big tube right out his nose, man. It goes on forever. Oh,
That's bogging in it.
oh, it is.
This does not meet the regulations.
He's waiting fucking belly button fluff coming off the end of it, man. It was that long. But he tries to go for some water because obviously he's a tad thirsty, the boy, and he can't reach it because something's holding him back. And he looks at his chest and he turns around and he realises that he's wired to a car battery.
Aye.
Brilliant, man.
And you go, what's his name? Yusuf, is it?
I can't remember. I just call him Doctor, mate.
Aye.
I think it's Yannick. I can't remember.
Aye, but he's got, I wouldn't do that if I was you. And you're like, it's yourself, Frankenstein. How are you doing?
This is a guy that saved his life, basically, man. And explains the chest injury brilliantly, by the way, because he says this is something that us doctors in this part of the world see quite a lot. We call it the Walking Dead, because you've got that many shards of shrapnel in and around your heart area. It's just a matter of time before they work their way into your valves and you're dead. You know what I mean?
Aye.
But this thing that he's put in, chest magnet, is keeping the shrapnel from entering his heart, basically, isn't it?
Aye, that's it. And it does not say thank you after that. No, I mean, just, aye, wanker.
I know. So it's no long but before the guards come in, and the first thing it's quite prominent there is Tony looks at the guards and goes, how'd you get my guns? He notices right away.
Aye. That's not free, you know. So, but it turns out that the terrorists want him to build one of the Jericho missiles, isn't it? And it's just, nah, I refuse to do it. And the next thing he starts getting the old torture, isn't he?
Nah, he starts getting waterboarded and all that kind of stuff. It's quite good. But he's very quickly then taken outside and shown the vast array of his weapons. And again, they're just showing him to say, look, you've got all the parts you need to build this missile. But he's taken aback because, like, noticing the guns and noticing all these weapons, he's like, why have you got my weapons? I do not supply you with these weapons. Do you know what I mean? So he's peaked right there. He's like, there's no reason they should have all these bloody things.
Aye.
Who's gaining on them, basically?
Aye, that's it. He's starting to, this is where his attitude starts turning into it. Just he's like, I supply the good guys, but I'm actually supplying the baddies as well now. So he's
but the doctor
twist.
Convinces him to just go along with something and fight. You know what I mean? He gives him a wee pep talk, basically. Look, can't he just stay here and die? You need to do something.
Aye. But that's when they start. No, we'll get to work. It's a Rocky montage, isn't it?
The first thing he does is he takes the palladium out of the missiles, which is kind of high grade metal into it, I suppose.
Aye.
And he melts that down and he makes an arc reactor for his chest, which is more sustainable than the magnet, the crude magnet that the doctor's made, but and quite clever. And he's made this because he has one at home that powers his factory, and he's just made the smaller version.
Yeah,
but he's an awfully clever boy, Tony, isn't he?
Aye, of course, he's a genius, a boy genius. But this is when he starts into it. We're gonna build something else. We're not building this missile, and they start whipping out the plans and all that for the first Iron Man suit, didn't they?
I mate Mark 1. But he alludes to it first quite clever, which I never really noticed before, but the doc says to him when he looks at the reactor, that could power a human heart for 50 lifetimes. And he looks at it and just says, or something else for 15 minutes. You're like, uh-huh. The boy's got a point there. What are you going to do with him?
But right away into it, the terrorists suspect fuckery. Know what I mean? They're just like that.
Their eyes are right up to the telly screens. Which is Arabic for turn that here. But he's clever as well. He's got the plans on different bits of paper, which can only be seen when the papers are put together, isn't they? One on top of the other, and you can see the Iron Man suit, which is kind of like the Ironmonger latter that we do see.
Aye. Plus, he's conversing with wee Yosef and Auntie,
which is excellent. Aye. So as you say, mate, the guards are getting sus. Excuse me. And then we see Raza, who's the leader of the pack, who's kind of stayed in the background before too long.
Oh.
And Raza threatens the doctor, comes in and says, stop fucking about. I mean, I want this myself. By the end of play, or I'm going to put this like molten hot bit of metal in the doctor's mouth. Oh, you're a nasty man.
It's just, I'd kill for that now. Just, where you fucking doing? That bolts.
Oh, see if they made Iron Man and Glasgow, it'd be so funny. Just in the door, bangs it off the hinges. Right, stop it. Fucking put that down. What's going on? What is going on in here? I'm sick of this shit.
Oh, so good. I'm on a tight ship, not a shite tip.
I've been watching using that camera and, hey, excuse me, you can't watch us in the camera to good reasons. Oh, the waters of getting murky. So they kind of speed up operations as if they're going to do this myself, but it's the final training montage. It's just that classic Tony hammering and time with the music. Dun, dun, dun.
That's like a wee throwback to the old cartoon. It was on the anvil was there, Tony.
See, I don't remember.
That's the start of that. I'll send you the wee theme song after it. That's how it starts.
Aye.
But
all right.
But nice sooner into it. Tony's suiting up, and again
that's
these
a sense of guards, aye.
Know what I mean?
Because he's off camera, isn't he?
Aye. Where's that? Where's that shiftless asshole?
I thought I told him to get to me. Go on you. Go and see him.
Aye.
You know what I mean? And you say he's sitting up. It's not quite as fast as it becomes in the future. He's sitting up. The doctor's helping him with many screws and bolts and electric whirring of drills and the like.
Aye. But they've attached a bomb, haven't they, to the door?
Boy trap.
Aye.
It's better than the Goonies says, boy trap.
Aye. But the next thing, the two terrorists in it, they're coming in the room and they yank the door open. Next thing, boom. And
Coming in the room.
He yanked it and it went boom.
Oh yeah.
Who's your daddy?
Aye, so,
and what does he do?
Detective John Kimball. So the guards obviously try to open the door. Bomb goes off. Blasts him to smithereens. The doctor realises he's having to boot up the suit as well on the computer, and he realises there's not got enough time. He says, I'm going to buy you some time. I stay here, my friend. I'm going to buy you some time. With a gun. I take the gun. And he runs into the cave like bloody Han Solo, running about the Death Star.
I know.
Well, he meets 40,000 opposition people.
Aye. But obviously, he runs around this corner, doesn't he? And Raza and all his buddies are all still in it. Know what I mean? Just like Han Solo. Know what I mean? But obviously, they must shoot him. But just in that time, the suit powers up and it takes out all the lights, doesn't it?
As mate, no sooner has that happened than he starts battering the Sojis. Sojis, remember, guys? I told you that Sojis is Glaswegian for soldiers. I just starts taking out all the soldiers with butter swipe. You know what I mean?
Tis but a scratch. But he's walking his way through this cave, isn't he? Sorting out all these bad bastards. But he takes a swing at one, doesn't he? And his arm gets stuck in the wall. And then this wee sneaky bastard up behind him and shoots the back of the helmet, and obviously the bullet ricochets and takes the guy out. And it's the way he turns around in the suit, he's like, cheeky bastard.
Great, isn't it? Must say it this time as well, the CGI is flawless. The suit's cracking looking, and there's no semblance of a green screen or jumpy, pixelated in. It's magnificent, man. Really is great. He gets to this other door when he gets his arm at the wall, and the soldiers are waiting at the other side of it. And he just starts banging, and the door's getting banged like paper mache, you know what I mean?
Oh!
What's that?
Oh, banging away like paper mache.
Banging away and coming in the cave.
So
the door flies off, and the first person Tony sees down to his right is the doc lying there. They're just about close to death, isn't he?
Yeah, and
just it gives Razor a wee missile to the ceiling there.
I buds his coupon, but I did, like you says, the doctor's lying there, and this is when Tony realizes that the doc's family is actually dead already. You know what I mean? And that's what he meant by earlier saying when he leaves here, he's going to join them. And you like that?
And he's lying dying atop of a sack of American food aid.
Aye.
Which is quite.
And he says to Tony, don't waste your life. You know what I mean? And I think that's like another wee kick up the arse for your Stark, isn't it?
Definitely. He gave his life for him without asking. You know what I mean? He saved his life as well, and he was but a great ally. He wasn't on the screen very long, but he done well.
Aye.
So he dies. Tony goes out into the courtyard.
Oh, it was a good soul. So he dies. Oh, sorry, Will, I step over your fucking corpse there. Oh. But
so he gets to the mouth of the cave, and he sees all the soldiers lining up, and they all start shooting at him until their magazines run out, and they've obviously just bounced off him, and then he goes, "My turn." Just roasts them all.
Aye. Oh, Jesus. But he just, these flamethrowers, doesn't he? And he starts setting all his weapons on fire as well, doesn't he? And it just, it's a multitude of chaos.
Aye, because things just start, obviously, weapons cases start exploding and stuff. Quite in sync with him taking off, but he knows once he takes off, it's going to use the last of the arc power. So it jets off with explosions, and he's no sooner like up in the air, loving life, then it just cuts out, doesn't it?
Aye, and he comes crashing into the desert, doesn't he? It just, again, like Tatooine. Look, sir, droids.
Aye, some big bits that they find there, I'll tell you, man. Teeny!
Oh, teeny!
So Tony's crashed in the desert. The suit is in a million bits. And then we get the old Lawrence Arabia scene after that, him walking through the desert with his t-shirt on his head. Water! Like the guy at the end of RoboCop. And then the American warships fly overhead and all that.
Aye. And this is obviously Rhodey's found him, know what I mean? Didn't stop looking for him, sort of thing. But the next
time you ride with me, okay?
We gotta make it together.
That buzz for life, man.
But after that, he's in a cargo plane, isn't he? And he's landing back in America. And I'm just like, obviously, the back of this aeroplane comes down, right? And he's in a wheelchair. Which I'm wondering, was he sat in the wheelchair at that exact bit the whole journey?
Choking to get off. Aye. So Pepper and Happy are waiting for him. Obviously, Happy is played by. Why is the name just went right out? Jon Favreau, innit?
Aye. Got a
And
lot
he
of time
wrote
for
this.
John. Aye.
He wrote a lot of nice things. So he has over the years, the boy.
Aye.
But he doesn't play a very prominent role in this film at all. And he refers to Tony as Sir, which I says to you last night is quite funny because when they do the time hop back to the Millennium in Iron Man 3, he's best buds with Tony, not doesn't call him Sir, you know what I mean? And this is after that, but hey ho, semantics. So he says to Pepper, hey, you're kind of red around the eyes. You've been crying. Tears of joy at seeing my boss return alive.
I hate job hunting.
Wait, man.
But
So
it
just wants two things.
I want an American cheeseburger at a press conference. And they're like that. Oh, come on, Tony. Know what I mean?
No.
But
An American cheeseburger is product placement for Burger King,
aye.
which pretty sure America's got better cheeseburgers than Burger King, you know what I mean? But maybe they're just divine over there and no like the shite we get over here at Burger King.
I enjoy a Burger King.
I used to. Anyway, he gets to the press conference. Obadiah's there, all applause, and then the opening of the door, and hey, here he is. What? Hey, Tony, hey, there he is. There's my boy back.
I know.
Hey, champ.
I know. Hey, what was it Obadiah says to him? Oh, have you got one of them for me? You're like, oh, sorry, mate. See, I was held captive. I went, no, who needs a burger? Fucking.
How many burgers did you have when I was in a cave, you big baldy bastard?
You big baldy bastard.
I never got you, man, Obi, on the account that you never came and got me, you swine. I was too busy drinking dishwater with bits of sponge in it. You know what I mean? That pure gruel at a Batman Begins. That he gets
mate.
served up.
I just coloured water.
Puddle water and sponge. My favourite. So Coulson, Agent Coulson, whatever his first, I can't remember. Agent Coulson's there and on. He's, can we speak to you, Mr. Stark, about your time in Afghanistan? We need to debrief you and all that. Fuck's he. Do you know what I mean? Pepper. Because we're not really too sure of Shield at this point, isn't we?
Nah, because he rhymes after this big long name, didn't he? And she's like, oh, you're going to need to shorten that.
Yeah, we're working on it. So Tony gets to the press conference. He's not up for standing at the podium. He sits down in front of the podium and he just says, look, can we all just, sit down and, you know what I mean? Just relax.
Aye. But he kind of explains, doesn't he, that he's had a change of heart when it comes to weapons and stuff. Like, I supply the Americans and the good guys, yada, yada, yada. But it's not what I seen when I was there. And then he just announces effective immediately that Stark Industries are going to stop making weapons. And then just everybody's like, oh, no, fucking hell.
Oh, there's a lot of harumph in it. Harumph. And Obi, the colour just drains right out Obadiah's face. Oh, hey, come. What? Hey, whoa.
Have you seen the cost of living, you bastard?
And that's when he first says, look, Tony, come on, we're ironmongers. That's what we do.
Aye.
And obviously ironmonger is what he becomes eventually. But Tony shows him the arc. And then even then, Obadiah knows he's got it. He's like, I know you've got it. Let me see it.
Aye.
Tony looks at him as if all right, okay, how the fuck do you know? But
Aye,
it doesn't say anything.
aye. And he's just basically when you see he opens his chest, look, he's shut. It's like he's showing him his tits, and he's just like that, and he goes and just hides it again, like, oh, that's just for my eyes only. But
Aye, but right there and then you can see the wheels turning behind his eyes, man. He's got to get his sticky wee fingers on it. And look, why don't I take this off your hands and we'll get some guys to look at it? Did you all not, sir? This is keeping me afloat, this bastard. You know what I mean?
aye, because he can already see the use for it, isn't he? With the next generation of
Team,
weapons.
let me handle this. No. You handle being a big baldy bastard. You handle that. You're handling it well. So it's then the television program's on, and it's the guy taking the mickey out of Stark Industries and all that. It's trash TV. And Pepper then it's called down to Tony, who's lying there, say, I need your help. And it's to change out the arc reactor in his chest in it, and that's quite a good scene, man.
Aye, aye. And just because she's got wee horns in it. And he's like, I need you to take this out and pull this wire and reconnect this one. Aye, but
Take this out, pull the wire.
but I know it's obviously it's a fake body. You know what I mean? She's putting her horns into it, but it's cool the way it's done, isn't it? Like she just reaching into a big hole in his chest.
Like, oh, there's pus. He's like, it's okay, it's not from my body, it's discharged from the reactor. It's breaking down. So he says, try not to touch the sides on the way out. So went, why? It's like Operation. Now that game, man. Brilliant. If you touch the sides,
touch the sides. Oh!
Oh, it's a battle if you can't touch the sides, let me tell you. You're rattling a bit there. But she pulls the wire out and she shocks him by mistake. And he goes, ah!
Aye, what he says there, you just grab that wire and just pull it pull it straight, but don't pull the magnet out. And she just pulls it out. And he's like,
oh, there it is. You did it. You pulled it out, didn't you? Oh. She's like, whoa, wait, what's going on? What's the beep? No, nothing. I'm just going into cardiac arrest.
But it's see when she goes to put the other reactor in and she stops and she goes, Tony, you're gonna be fine. I know I've been fine until you started fucking a bit. Oh.
I know, it just looks as if to say, you're giving me a pep talk now, going to plug that in. And Jesus Christ. And then when she does connect it, it gives him a jolt. She's all distraught and covered in goo, man. How are you feeling? Terrific.
Aye. The horns are all wet and sticky there. See all that discharge.
She says, look, I'm never doing anything like that again. And it says to her, which is quite poignant, but I don't have anybody else. And she's taken aback by it. And he just goes, what? Okay. Makes kind of light of it, but she takes it as it's meant, because he's fucking right. Doesn't he have anybody else?
Aye.
The only other persons he has is AI. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
Jarvis.
It. And again, it's
but
just another.
Pepper.
It's adding more fucking to this relationship in it. Will they? Won't they? Ross and Rachel.
It's like a coffee advert for the 80s. But he tells her to destroy the old ark. She's like, no, I'm not throwing that away. He went, aye, burn it, incinerate it, do what you want. It's a relic, it's an antique. But she's got plans for your own thing and walks away looking at it like it's a small bird she's rescued at a nest. So then begins, he asks Rhodey to be part of something that he's got on the pipeline. He says, I want you to be part of it. I've got something big coming up. Rhodey declines him, didn't he?
Aye. He just keep me out of it. Know what I mean? Just something wrong with your head or something. Just take a break and get back to your day job sort of thing. Know what I mean?
Going to go and build me a gun, you wee dick.
And it's like Rhodey's his pal and all that. Know what I mean? And it's just, nah, just get back to making fucking weapons, wee man. Know what I mean? Like, oh, fuck you too then.
Aye, kind of. he sacks the friendship there for his job title because later he's introduced as the weapons liaison. So he's the go-between between Stark Industries and the army. So Tony's obviously fucking his job, which is a bit shite for a pal. Know what I mean? He must realise that his pal's going through some shit. But mate, he knocks him back. And then it's dinning. We montage a bit. Tony's talking to Jarvis, decides he's got a wee project in the pipeline.
Aye, this is it. This the beginnings of making the new suit, isn't it? And it's just, but then it cuts away to the terrorists back in the desert, and they're out salvaging this first original suit. Know what I mean? And it's just, oh, you bastards!
They're trying to recover Mark 1 to see how to get out of there and get the tech and all that.
Aye.
But as he says to Jarvis, says, look, Jarvis going to do a wee side project and all that. Oh, keeping secrets again, are we, sir? Jarvis just sounds like the most cannabis fucked computer on the planet.
Aye, I know. He just totally...
Will I put this on the company's server, sir? Tony says, no, do you know what? Put this on my private server. Let's keep it between us for now. He knows, can't he let MD get in this tech?
Yep.
And this is the first kind of time we see the virtual AI stuff that he moves with his hands. It's not really there, isn't it? No, but it's great, man.
It's cool, mate. It's not techie tech.
Awesome, isn't it?
But the next thing you see Stark and he's making the rocket boots, isn't he? And he obviously starts testing them as well. It's just superb, mate. Oh,
aye.
Okay,
we're going to start off like 10% in 3, 2, 1. Just launches them backwards into the wall, doesn't it?
Aye, mate, and it's so quick, you know what I mean? And it's just comical. But is that the first time his wee robot sprays him, extinguishes him? Aye. It's
Dummy
just
the robot.
Funny, man.
Which is actually its name, because he keeps referring to it as Dummy, but it is called Dummy, man. Because he's having back and forth with that, I know, when he's making the rocket boot and all that. Can you be in my roads? Can you be in my way anymore? You know what I mean? So the next thing he tries, he fires the gauntlet, puts that on his wrist and all that, and that sends him flying backwards. I know. He's just no semblance of the power that he's created in this stuff.
But obviously, I tested him as well. Know what I mean? Just, I think he originally thinks his name was stabilizers, didn't he?
That's what he says, because Pepper comes down the stairs and went, "Is that a gun?" He goes, "No, it's a flight stabilizer." That's when he fires it and shoots him, because he comes in to tell him that Obadiah's up the stairs, wants to see you.
Aye. And see when he goes up the stairs and Obadiah's playing the piano, like every villain in every movie ever. Know what I mean? Just sitting there like Hannibal Lecter. Oh.
Sitting there playing a Victorian nursery rhyme, know what I mean? It's not playing like Shiny Happy People by R.E.M., you know what I mean? That'd be funny if you come up the stairs over there.
Oh, play a song, you're the piano man. But
so he's brought he's back for a board meeting, Obadiah, and he wants to tell Tony what's went down. But Tony notices the pizza right away and goes, "Uh-oh, must be bad news, you're bringing pizza."
Just Obadiah's just telling him into that the company isn't happy about no making weapons and stuff. And he's like, "But see if you can give me that, I could give them that and that'll keep them up." And it's just,
he's twirling his villain moustache. He tells him, he says, "I've just come back for the board of directors and they've unanimously say that with my teeth upon it. They've voted to lock you out, basically, of your own company."
Aye.
Tony's absolutely livid.
Aye.
But as you say, mate, before he gets away, he says, "But I mean, if you let my guys just look at that, and do you know what I mean? We can make the world a better place and shit."
Aye.
So no, stays with me. Don't care. The good bit in this is I'm not giving you that, the art. And then Obadiah goes back into character and goes, well, I'm not giving you that. Takes the pizza off him. Which is quite funny. But he still lets him have a slice.
Aye.
And then his last gasp effort, he says to him, why don't I hey, come down there, see what you're up to, huh? Good night, Obi.
Oh, mate. Oh, so bad. This
Next
is
flight test, 1%.
1%. And he's doing it with the stabilizers as well, isn't he? So he's kind of getting the hang of it, sort of thing. But it's when he starts it's when he starts flying into it and he's up there and the next thing he's flying near his cars, isn't he? And I'm like, oh, you're going to ruin that.
Oh, I know. Right there, the R8, and then the old classic. Oh, this is where I didn't want to be. Oh, no. Because he jacks up to 2.5%. He's just flying about, trying to get his bearings and stuff.
Aye.
And when he lands, it just goes, yeah, I can fly.
Aye.
Brilliant one.
And is this no? Aye, this is when he puts the full suit on into it, when it's nice and shiny, unpainted.
We like it like that, didn't we?
Aye. I would have left it like that.
You'd have like
that. So many toys. So many toys.
So many toys. For all you audio listeners, I just put an Iron Man mask on there. That was quite funny. Go and see it at YouTube.
But aye, he's got this suit on, isn't he? And he's just Jarvis is in there with him, and he's like, "Yeah, I think we're going to go and take this for a test flight." And my Jarvis, he's just like, "Well, sir, I wouldn't advise it."
We have yet terabytes of data still to run, sir.
Oh,
Jarvis is just a teenager.
This is so unfair.
Daddy, Daddy was there. This is so unfair. But Tony powers up, flies right up the ramp, put his flat and into the sky. And it's excellent, man, isn't it? Really is.
Aye, it's a yes moment. Know what I mean? Everybody's you got to have it. See, when I seen that in the pictures, obviously, I was like, oh, life is complete. This can't get any better.
It's the first time we see inside the helmet as well, isn't it? You know what I mean? So, which is synonymous now, but it's great. We all the doohickeys now, like
all the doohickeys, all the techno gadgets there.
And the watch you have, is
it's all there, the bulbs and the tubes and that there. But
crazy, the bricks and the beams and that.
Oh fuck!
But he's no sooner out flying about. And he's getting at the woohoo and all that, and he decides he wants to break the world altitude record.
Aye, but he's climbing up this altitude, didn't he? But see, was a good bit as well. See, when he's flying by that amusement park, and he zooms in on the wee boy on the Ferris wheel and all that. It's just, see, that's cool, man. I feel like I'm getting judged.
The wee boy, he zooms. Aye, mate, that's really cool because the wee boy's ice cream just falls off because he's pure. What's that? That's excellent. So he's climbing up to the altitude. Yeah, I think Jarvis said it's something like 85,000 feet. But Jarvis is warning him. He says, "Look, sir, we're icing up here. We're icing up." You know what I mean? He says, "I don't care," as you don't, and just keep going. And then no sooner the ice is over and it powers down, doesn't he?
Aye, and he ends up just a dead weight, fucking falling at the sky, doesn't he? And it's again. I'm just wondering, he's got that wee thing he twists, see his leg, and it opens stuff up, and I'm like, what was that there for? It's like one of the wee things, mate, you used to put a powder in, and you you twist it and the
Aye.
wee ball would fall. It's like one of them. I'm like, what's that there for?
Gumballs coming out.
Aye.
Because he's trying to get Jarvis back online. Deploy the flaps. And Jarvis is dead as well. He's not dead, but he's offline.
Aye.
But obviously, Tony, being the genius that he is, he's incorporated a failsafe into his thigh, which is what you're talking about, mate, which is just a big knob. No a knob in that kind of sense. But it has to turn and it deploys the flaps, which power up the suit again and stop him crushing himself to death.
Aye.
And it's the great escape. Woohoo! Yay! Whoa!
He's feeling enjoying himself, isn't he? But
he gets back to his pad and he's just floating above the ground and he goes, power now. He crashes right through.
Aye. Through his ceiling, through the next player and into the basement on top of a car, know what I mean? And he's just lying there like, oh, fuck. And then it's just that wee machine just goes, he sprays him.
Wee dummy comes in with a fire extinguisher. But he lets him have that moment, doesn't he? He lets Dummy have that moment as if, he's done well there. So, I mean, that's fine.
No, these wee things remind me as well. Mind Flubber.
Uh-huh.
All the wee machines. It's the exact same. I was like, oh.
You know what it reminds me of? Short Circuit. And the lab, Benjamin. Mr. Johnny 5, how are you doing, sir? What a character he was, man. Absolutely brilliant. Benjamin. Oh, hello, Johnny. Brilliant, man. So, Pepper has left a present on the desk for him, which is what she left when Obadiah was here beforehand. It says from Pepper, and he opens it up, and it's the first arc chest reactor in a nice glass case with inscription of this is proof that Tony Stark does have a heart, isn't it?
Aye, and it took me right back to Endgame, and I was like, oh, my heart's roasted.
Oh no, it's roasted sauce. Aye. And that bloody weird wee boy for Iron Man 3 that nobody recognised. What's that?
Aye. How did you get here?
Who's that fucking oddity? I know everybody here bar you, wee man. So, this is quite poignant and quite sweet as well. Pepper just reminding Tony he does have a heart and bit of slapstick and all that kind of jazz. But by this time, we shoot right back off to Afghanistan, and Raza has uncovered and assembled the first suit, the Mark 1, hasn't he?
Aye, they've done the Humpty Dumpty.
Like that. Oh.
But this is when you see again. They'll implement it, and it's like the V10 rings, which we were talking about last night. But again,
so I've referred to it a couple of times in it, the 10 ring gang. But obviously, it's very prominent in Iron Man 3 with the Master, and then latterly with Shang-Chi and all that kind of. The Shang-Chi thing just there's no need for it, I don't think.
But anyway, Stark picks his colours for his suit, didn't he? A nice wee bit of hot rod red in there. All the while he's watching the news into it, and they're talking about how this is a gala and Stark won't be there because he's recovering. He's suffering PTSD or whatever. Know what I mean?
Tony Stark won't be in attendance because he's fucked in the head. But he says to Jarvis, how long will the paint take to dry? About 5 hours, sir. Oh. So obviously, that in tow has made his mind up to go to the party. He says, 5 hours, something like that. I think I'll go to my own party. I think I'll do that.
Aye. But that's it. The next thing, Stark arrives at the gala, doesn't he? And this was the last he says to him, hey, Tony, remember me? Nope.
I know. Sure don't. His face. It's like Chandler at a Friends. Sure don't.
Stay away from that paint, Tony.
Or Jim Carrey, liar, when he can't stop, obviously telling the truth. You know what I mean? Hey, Tony, remember me? Sure don't, Skeg. Sure don't, you minky whore. But Obadiah's getting interviewed, and then there's a furor, and he's looking, and that's him just realising Tony's here, because everybody's like, oh, Tony Stark's here. Oh, my.
This is how you get the Stan Lee cameo into it. So he says to him, looking good, Hef.
Aye, thanks for Hugh Hefner. But maybe it is playing Hugh Hefner, because he turns around, he's got a robe on and a neckerchief. A cravat, sorry, is the proper cravat and a smoker's jacket. Aye. He's got two lovelies at his either side of him. But Obadiah's obviously pissed off, and by this stage, he can't hide it in his face anymore. It's just, what are you doing here, me man?
Aye. But this is Agent Coulson, the Xeno approached Stark at the bar. And he's like, oh, we still need to debrief you and stuff, etc., etc. And Tony's obviously seen Pepper. Aye. Debrief. I'll have you know I debriefed that journalist.
Aye. So he notices Pepper, and she's all dolled up and looking lovely in that.
Lady in red.
Don't sing with me. She. So he goes up there, and they have a wee bit of flirtatious back and forth with the dancing. It's divulged that you look stunning in that dress, and she went like, I'm glad you like it. That's what you bought me for my birthday. And they realise it's getting a wee bit tense, and it's what to get some air, and they go outside. And then Tony kind of tells her without telling her how he feels about her.
Aye.
And she's kind of gobsmacked. And then the two of them get in for the most awkward kiss ever, didn't they?
It's like fucking two wains running into each other.
It's like two. It's like a wee boy and a wee girl doing it for the first time. You kiss me, I'll kiss you. Okay, right, shut your eyes.
Stick the nut in one another.
Aye.
Oh.
What is it that stops them kissing again? Coulson?
And he just, do you want a drink? Aye, I'll have a vodka martini with all sorts of olives. All the olives in the gaff, Tony, son.
A vodka martini, dry, very dry. You want an empty tumbler? What I mean? And olives, lots of olives, a million olives. In fact, can you buy me an olive field?
But when he's at the bar, that journalist that he debriefed, she's at the bar, isn't she? And again, she's like, I almost believed you, Tony. I almost believed you, but what's this? And she shows Tony that there's more weapons back in Afghanistan, know what I mean?
Aye, so he tries to say it, doesn't he? Look, I never approved any of this. I stopped doing it. When was this taken? She's like, yesterday.
Aye.
So he goes for Obi, doesn't he?
He confronts Obadiah, and he's, when were these? I didn't approve these, and that's just when Obadiah just reveals that it was me that locked you. I've took control of this company. Yeah, wee dick. Know what I mean?
Aye. But he does it clever. He says, let's get a photograph. So they're in the front of the world's press, and that's when he's telling them. The big reveal. Who do you think locked you out? We're a weapons manufacturer, Tony.
Aye. But
consider your bum roundly scalped.
And this is it. But the next thing is that he's messing about with a stabilizer, isn't it? Watching the news and all this stuff in Afghanistan. He's just getting angry, and this is when he realizes that he can use the stabilizer as a weapon. You know what I mean?
Aye. Just starts smashing windies with it, doesn't he?
Aye. Who's going to clean that up?
As I've written down here, Tony starts shooting hings. So, no sooner has he done that, off his chest and all that jazz, it's the first real suit up in the new colours and getting put on his body. With all the, again, that great word, all the doohickeys, and they're like...
Aye. And again, it's just like the big reveal, isn't it? You're now seeing proper Iron Man. Aye. It's just like he says, the face shield and that coming down on the helmet. It's just, oh, Iron Man is here.
And he's right on course to Afghanistan, isn't he? To deal with this 10 ring mob and all his weapons.
Yep. But because you're in this wee village, aren't you? The terrorists are killing everybody and rounding up the women and children and stuff. And
killing all the men.
And the next thing, Iron Man lands into it and just starts wrecking people.
Right. There's a kind of standoff with some hostages, and the baddies have got them with the gun, with the heat. But Tony just has a wee thing coming out his shoulder with some missiles on it and shoots the four of them, doesn't it, man? Brilliant.
Aye, simultaneously, innit? And he finds obviously the main terrorist bad guy and just pulls him through a wall and he leaves it to the people and just takes off, doesn't he? I'll leave this for you.
He's all yours.
Oh,
So,
he's
then
flying away.
He's flying. This is a brilliant. You can describe this scene, mate. It's brilliant.
Aye. Oh, he's flying through the air. The next thing, he's just shot out there. Just and enjoying himself, know what I mean? It's the equivalent of walking down the road and stepping in dog shit with your new training zone. But he's still on the flare. He's landed again and he looks at a distance and there's this big tank. And he's just staring it down and it has a shot at him, doesn't it? And he just maneuvers it the way like, what was that? And he just points and shoots this wee tiny epoxy rocket, right? And it just ping after the tank. And before it's even went off, he's walking away and you just see this tank behind him exploding with that music again. Da-na-na, da-na-na.
A great shot, man. Brilliant, man. So he then takes off again for a wee flyabout, and that's when the US military, Air Force, sir, we got a bogey. You got to blow that nose, Corporal. No, sir, in the sky, we got a bogey in the sky. What is it? Is it one of ours? That's what they always did, didn't they? Always look at it. Is it one of ours?
Is it the Russians? Is it the Chinese?
Those pesky Cubans. More of those enemy people.
Oh.
But they send 2 jets up. What is it? I don't know. Don't know what it is. Looks like a man.
Aye.
Other guys tell him to engage. But if this time Rhodey's phone goes, doesn't it?
Aye. And it's Tory talking to
No,
him.
sorry. Rhodey has an inkling and phones him first.
Yep. And it's just, oh, you'll no mind if I shoot this down then? And what is it he says to him? What's that noise? He's like, oh, I'm driving with the top down. And then he's like, why do you sound out of breath? And he's like, oh, I'm running in the canyon. He's like, I thought you were driving. He says, yeah, I was. I'm driving to the canyon to run.
But I gotta go. Good talk. And hangs up on him.
But then, like he says, these 2 jets try to shoot him down, and he ends up underneath one of them, doesn't he? And that's when he says to Rhodey, "It's me. I'm in the suit." No, I mean, he's like, "Oh shit!"
Aye. So the 2 jets have kind of lost him, but one banks away, and that's when the other pilot sees him. He's on the belly. He's on the belly. He's underneath. What is it? What is it? It's a man. And getting off of that without deploying his rockets, he accidentally collides with the other jet and renders that obsolete. So the pilot has to eject, into mate.
Aye. But the pilot ejects and obviously shoot isn't going up in it. And it's again, like all that. Engage this guy flying about, know what I mean? But he's just Iron Man flies down, doesn't he? To the pilot and ejects his shit. And then it's like for some reason everybody in the command center's like, oh, thank God for that. Thank God for that. It's like
you're not going to shoot him.
Aye.
A minute ago.
Aye, I know. And he went for good guy, for bad guy to good guy in seconds, know what I mean? Plus the wee guy in command, he was all for it, wasn't he? He's
because
just
they
lying
make a
about.
good point of that. They make a big point of putting the camera in his face to make him look as if to go like that. Oops. My bad. Just wanted to shoot something today. I'm sorry. Just tried to push the button today.
I've been in this job 30 years. I never gave a command.
Brilliant, man. So next thing is Tony's back in his basement getting de-suited when Pepper walks in him, and he just looks at her shocked and says, "Let's face it, this isn't the worst thing you've seen me doing."
Oh, superb, man. But
So next up is Obadiah. He goes to Afghanistan and meets Raza, head of the baddies, to get Mark 1.
head of the baddies.
Head of the baddies, head of the 10 rings. He's ring 11 him. And says, right, I want the suit, I want all the tech you've got. Raza tries to be a bit arse of him. So Obadiah reveals this cracking tech that just paralyses people. He's got his wee earphones in, they can't be paralysed, can't you know?
Aye, that's it. It's just, this is, you find out that Obadiah hired these guys to kill Tony. Know what I mean? And now he's there for that suit. But he's looking at
So
it,
he just walks out.
and he realises he needs the arc to power it. Innit?
Yep. So he just walks out. All his own hired guns have got all the terrorists at gunpoint and all that. And he's like, kill a lot of them, you know what I mean?
Aye.
So he's like, oh, he's an awful man, that.
Blah.
So Tony asks Pepper to go into the office because he's locked out
Aye.
and copy all the files. She's not up for it. Under the guise of, I don't want to do it because I don't want you to get killed. But he kind of says, look, you've got to do this. You know what I mean? Obi's a bad bastard.
Aye,
we've
got to change the world, isn't it? Because he's got to find out who sold these weapons to bad guys and all that shit. But Pepper obviously goes to the office to steal the files and comes across the hostage video, isn't it? And that's when it's outed that Obadiah hired these people to kill Tony. And just as she's watching that, Obadiah walks in it, and it's a pure tense scene. Like,
as
he knows she's up to no good, and she now knows he's a bad man. He drinks bad ginger, that boy.
He's a big guy, he's a big swine, but he's got an immaculate beard.
Oh,
but he's dead creepy and leery and making her feel uncomfortable and hanging out of the top here.
aye.
He's dying to look at this computer screen, which obviously she just gets back to the screensaver just in time.
Yep.
But she makes her excuses and gets out of there with a USB. And he's just about to get her, stop her for leaving when she realises Coulson's waiting for her.
Aye.
And he goes like, Mrs. Pass, did you forget about our appointment? She's like, no, I didn't come with me right now. So she gets out of there for the time being.
And then this is when you see Obadiah, doesn't it? He goes to his wee scientists and he's like, where are we with this arc technology stuff? And the wee guy's like, it can't be done. He's like, we're fucking looking at it.
Tony Stark built this in a cave with scraps. And the wee guy goes, I'm not Tony Stark. No, you're no wee man.
Aye. Consider yourself sacked. But
so, no sooner as that happens, mate, then Obi's in Tony's house.
aye. And again, he uses that wee device, doesn't he, to paralyse Tony and takes the arc off him, doesn't he? Right out his chest. Know what I mean?
Aye. I've noted down here that how bad Tony looks, man. He looks like death, doesn't he? He's got black veins going up in him and all that. And it's really cool, man.
Aye.
And Obi's giving him the villainous patter. This is your 9th symphony, Tony. And obviously relaying the full plan, what he's done, what he's going to do.
I'm evil. Blah.
Stroking a white cat.
Aye.
You know what I mean?
And he also says, you shouldn't involve Pepper in this. No, I'm not going to get rid of her. You're like, oh, you bastard.
I preferred that she lived. So Pepper and Rhodes are, where's Tony? Don't know. Oh, we better go and find him. Yes, let's. But Tony's, by this time, He's been left to die. He's not got the arc in his chest. He's obviously in cardiac arrest, but he's still made it down all these stairs into his garage. He's trying to get the original arc into.
Aye, that's it. He gets there, know what I mean? And he's reaching up and he just misses it, know what I mean? And and he falls down, didn't he? And you're like, is this the end for Tony Stark? Know what I mean? But then you've got the wee robot, isn't he? He's just like that. Just lowers it into the screen, doesn't he? And he's just like, good boy.
It makes a wee noise. I do good.
Oh,
That's excellent, man. So Obadiah then links Tony's arc up to his suit, which he's made, which is the Ironmonger suit, which is big behemoth, not unlike Tony's original that he made in the cave, but it's just big and bulky and huge. It's like the what did I say last night? The Hulkbuster, isn't it? That Tony eventually makes.
aye.
Kind of like that. But this time Rhodey has found Tony. Rhodey. Rhodey. Hello, Rhodey. He's found Tony on the floor. And Tony's just coming run again. Isn't he? He's like, where's Pepper? Where's Pepper? It's next to the salt in the cupboard. What do you want it for?
Oh, Agent Five Spice.
This time Pepper is back at the factory, looking for Section 16, which she knows needs that door chap there.
Aye.
She can't get in, her car's not working. Coulson's, leave it to me, puts the wee device on the door. She's like, oh, is that a device that picks locks? She might want to stand back. It's like, below's the lock there, sweetheart.
And that's it, they step into this place, didn't they? And this is, obviously Stark suits up to go and fucking save the day, and then Rhodey sees the other suit, and he's looking at it, and soon I was in the pictures, I was like, we're getting War Machine, I know, we're getting War Machine, and he just turns and goes, next time, baby.
Aye.
Like, you bastard! No!
No for you, other actor guy. No for you, son. So Tony just says to him, and Rhodey says, can I help? He goes, kid, sky's clear.
Aye. No, I mean...
But see, when they get into Section 16, Pepper notices right away, doesn't she? The kind of harnesses and stuff that are
like, sparking.
Still moving and jangling and get wee bits of sparks on them, as if, what's that? What's that? There's something there, man.
Aye. And it's good with this big suit into it because she's just walking about and it's like kind of creepy, isn't it? Because she like kind of hears something and she turns around and you're just seeing all these, these hanging chains and all that. And then it's just darkness, and the next thing you just see these two blue eyes appear. And you're like, oh dear, oh dear.
That's a smashing reveal, that, isn't it? Smashing reveal. Coming out of the darkness behind the chains. And the wee shield agent just goes, job is himself.
Terrified.
Job is his pants, that boy. So Tony's en route, but Jarvis is telling him that the arc's only 47%, and it wasn't designed to power a suit. You know what I mean? It's dropping rapid fire.
Yeah.
He's like, don't stop telling me, I'm on my way. Ironmonger then, there's a cracking bit where he comes up through the ground.
Aye, right behind Pepper. Know what I mean? And well, he says something like, your services are no longer required.
It's just about to take her out when Tony appears out the sky and dillions him right back down through the ground and stuff.
Aye.
And then into the street somehow, which is below ground.
Aye.
But
the boss did,
it's
didn't
good that the metal hit metal and all that. Bong, down, dong.
See, the fighting, mate, like obviously he launches like Tony through a bus and all this, and the bus all caves in and shit like that. It's good, man. You're like, oh, this is a good fight.
Aye. And when he launches him into the bus, he then just puts a missile into the bus to make sure, know what I mean?
Aye, for good measure.
Where do you think you're going?
And this is, because then Tony ends up in the air, doesn't he? And Mad Obadiah, he's like, oh, you've made improvements, have you? So have I. And he takes off like an absolute NASA rocket. See these boosters? Just
See before it, but it's when he picks a car up. He picks up another Audi, because this Audis are the only cars in this film, and it's got people in it, and he's just going to launch it at Tony, but Tony realises he's got another gun in him. He's like, Jarvis, put all the power to my chest piece, and he shoots him with the chest piece, doesn't he?
aye, and you're like, oh,
And catches a car. What a pure champ.
Do-do-do-do-do.
And then the bastards run him out.
I know. Aye, she's no fucking about. She knows this is a bad neighbourhood.
Aye, so then he takes off, as you say, mate. Obadiah takes off like a 1980s bloody launch for
Aye.
Cape Canaveral, didn't it?
But obviously, Stark's got a plan in it, and he's like, we'll take him to high altitude, obviously knowing that they'll freeze up. And I guess he's counting on the fact that Obadiah's not fixed his suit to handle that, know what I mean?
Aye, because it's when Obadiah eventually does catch him, what gets so many thousand feet. Ah, gotcha, you little shit. Tony just says to him, how did you solve the icing problem? Scooby-Doo moment. And that's just when Obadiah ices up, power runs out, and starts falling for the sky.
Aye. That's it. But Tony goes back to the factory, doesn't he? To check on Pepper. And he's like, oh, how are you doing? I like the PlayStation. Do you like the PlayStation?
Aye. And at this point, Tony's down to like 1%, isn't he? Because his descent is brilliant, actually. It's just wee sporadic bursts to gently lower him.
Aye.
But as you say, mate, hello, hen. PlayStation, is it? So he tells Pepper to get into the ark. He says, put all the switches up. When I give the signal, push the button. Do you know what I mean? It's causing chain reaction in the ark.
Aye.
Aye.
But
Obadiah
Obadiah
have
appears, doesn't he?
another
Aye.
square go.
Aye, and he starts crushing Tony and all this shit, and obviously gets the better of him. But Tony rips out his targeting system and stuff, and Obadiah has to open up his suit, and this is when he just starts getting Tony pelters, doesn't he? You know what I mean? Oh, you've got to change your heart, and you gave the world its best weapon ever. It's like, oh,
because he's launched Tony onto this glass structure which is above the ark, and as you say, he's just gaining it fucking verbally. He's like, you took out my targeting. You try to hit my missile and he can't do it.
aye.
Took out my targeting system. Hold still, you little prick.
And on this time, into Pepper's the ark's overloaded into it, and Tony's saying to Pepper, hit the button, and she's like, "But you'll die." Know what I mean?
Such a damsel in distress line, man.
Aye, but it's the hero moment, isn't it?
Aye.
And obviously, she presses it. The arc overloads and takes out Obadiah's chest arc. Know what I mean? Depowering his suit and throws Tony up into the air. But Obadiah's obviously electrocuted and faints and falls into this reactor, and you get this big explosion that doesn't take out the roof. But
I noticed that. Aye. It's a big explosion, man. Obviously, Obadiah's dead. Tony wins the day, but it just kind of pans in on Tony just lying there, and his chest arc is flickering ever so dangerously. You know what I mean? You're like,
ever so gently.
what's it? But then he's no deed, because the next thing we pan to him getting ready for a press conference, isn't he?
Aye, and he's getting a wee plaster on his face and all that and the likes. But then Coulson's gave him an alibi, ain't he? We've got 50 witnesses and all that that says I've seen you in the night and stuff. And Obadiah, he was away on holiday, and these wee planes have got problems, you know what I mean? Like, oh, you're sewing this right up in a nice wee package there. And then this is
All
when
the
you
while.
get this is when you get the wee review into it. Pepper's like, oh, thanks, Agent Coulson. From then he goes, just call us Shield. And you're like, yes.
Miss Charles Sheen.
Oh,
9! So Pepper and Tony are still having their wee flirtatious back and forth. Yeah, good chemistry, hadn't they, the two of them on screen?
aye.
And there's a bit where you think she's getting romantic because he talks about that night, and she goes, "That night when we nearly kissed and we had our moment, and you went to get me a drink, and then you left me all by myself, and I stood there like, okay, point taken, Miss Potts. That'll be all."
But the next day he goes into this press conference, doesn't he? And they're all talking about the Iron Man and stuff. And you expect us to believe that it's a bodyguard?
They're not talking about Iron Man and the like.
Oh, there's that doohickey. But he's up on the podium and he's like, "Oh, it's outrageous to say I'm Iron Man." And the wee news reporters that nobody's saying that, Tony. You know what I mean?
No, of course not, because that would be outlandish and fantastic. That makes her eyebrow go.
Right. And he's just
The
sitting
truth
there,
is,
aye. He's just sizing it up, isn't he? And then that's when he says it. And truth is, I am Iron Man. And again.
And that's it. That was Iron Man. Apart from the hidden scene, which is our first introduction to Fury, isn't it? Nick Fury.
He's sitting in Tony's Malibu house. Know what I mean? And saying to him,
Aye.
"Oh, you think you're a fly man, do you?"
You've just become part of a larger world there, Mr. Stark.
Yeah.
I'm here to talk to you about the Avengers Initiative. It's in the thing! And that was the only teaser trailer or hidden scene, which is something. They last a minute each now, and there's like 3 of them now, isn't there? But that was just a wee 45-second one.
It's a film in itself. Know what I mean?
Exactly. But there you go. Less is more. That's all that was needed. So, Iron Man, mate, 2008, the birth of Marvel. What you gain it out of 10?
8.
I am an 8 as well.
Aye.
Totally 8, man. But a great film. I don't really know what else to say. If you've not seen this, like always, we suggest that you do. 2, Iron Man 2, I think is all right. It's not as garbage as a lot of people make it. Iron Man 3, I really like, but you need to watch that about 3-4 times before you start getting right into it. But the storyline's strong and characters are brilliant in it. Guy Pearce is phenomenal in it, by the way. Iron Man 3, I think. But this is what we want Marvel to get back to, innit, mate?
Aye, back to the basics and just
old-fashioned
superhero shit. No, I mean it's
There's
no
no
hard.
message required. Aye.
No. You're there to get entertained. Just do it right. Know what I mean? Make sure it's a good story anyway. That seems to be the problem with a lot of these fucking things. The stories are absolute shit.
The stories are getting written around what they want to put in it.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? They want to put in all sorts of things that we all know about, right? But just try to feed you education, and then they'll think about the story, which is totally wrong. Because if you get the story right, you can get anything you want with it. You know what I mean?
Aye.
But hopefully, Phase 5, we'll get back to that. We've got a couple of films that are looking kind of promising on the horizon. Quantum Mania, if done right, could be epic. Guardians 3, we're all choking to see that. So hopefully good things to come for Marvel, mate. An 8 for both is. What's your Glaswegianism?
Solid guy.
That's exactly that, Bill. I was going to say solid cunt. But aye, I'm not going to embellish on that anymore. We got that right there.
Aye.
So it is your pick. You were teasing me last night that you've already got it in your memory banks that you're going to do, but you're going to reveal it to the nation and me together.
Aye, that's
during the week.
Aye. No, I'll just tell you the now, mate. Because isn't it weird? It's Austin Powers.
It's gone, it's gone, it's gone, it's gone, it's gone, gone. Remember. Oh, brilliant, mate.
That's it, mate.
We're never getting through that.
Oh, mate, it's just, we've obviously been touting it for a while, know what I mean? Daddy! It's
Twins, Basil, twins. Oh, hey, oh. Austin. Even, oh, brilliant, man. Even getting back to the spy school and all that when they're younger. Who throws a cupcake? Honestly. Oh, dear.
So that's it, mate. Austin Powers, gold member.
Oh, so that'll be something. That's what it'll be. Definitely something. But I must away now. Get ready to go to my dental appointment. Give them many pounds for pain, which I enjoy.
Dominatrix, is it?
I know. Terrible, isn't it? But as always, guys, thanks very much for your support, for your likes, for your shares, for your interaction. We've got some exciting collaborations happening in the near future. Lots more films to review. And a film in the pipeline. It's an independent film, not one that you'll be able to see in the cinema. We'll tell you more about it on the socials and that. But Chris is in deep discussion with the director and creator of a quite a cool looking wee horror film that we're going to have a look at and maybe even get a guest panelist on to help us critique it. So it's all exciting, mate. It's all exciting stuff, isn't it?
It's moving. It's all moving.
But from me, cheery bye.
Yes. Cheery bye.
Ta-ta.
I'll be the last one left when the lights go out. I'm down to one last breath, but I can't stop now. We all fall down sometimes, yeah, but that's just life. So cross my heart and hope to die. Baby, I was born to fight the fear when I feel like dying. I'm trying to fly high, but I'm not a pilot, can't deny it. There's some days I feel idiotic, just a product of a system where you're lucky just to